Welcome back, and our first guest for the cat segment is a gentleman named Fergus. Fergus is approximately three to 4 years old, and he's that classic brown tabby. Someone had commented at one point that brown tabbies remind them of swirled cake batter, and I always thought that was a neat analogy. Fergus arrived at the shelter as a stray, it looks like on February 28th, and he was moved to our adoption floor on March 5th. So we had hoped that maybe his owner would come in, and Randy had let me know that someone actually came in and looked at him and thought it may be their cat, but it wasn't their cat, so they're still looking for their cat. We always encourage people, especially with cats, if you lose your cat, you can call in a lost report, but we do need you to come in and actually visually look for your cat. We take in some years almost 3,000 cats a year, and brown tabbies all start to look alike, black cats start to look all alike, orange cats all start to look alike. So it's hard for us to identify your cat. We need you to put your eyes on the cat and say, yes, that's mine, no, it's not mine. Fergus is a larger cat. I want to say he's somewhere around 14 pounds. And he came to us neutered, so that leads us to believe that he isn't a cat that has lived his whole life outside. He's a cat that someone owned, someone cared about, and is probably missing. He is very social. That's the first thing you notice about him. He enjoys being with people. He doesn't mind sitting on your lap. He adapts to new situations fairly easily. Here at the shelter, he's in our first cage. When you walk in the door to the cat room, if you've ever visited us, the first cat cage, we call that our greeter cage, because typically the cat that's in that cage has to have a great personality, because most people who walk through the door want to touch the first cat. That's the door our staff continually goes through all day. So that cat sees a lot of action throughout the day, so it has to be fairly outgoing and be able to adapt to new situation, and that is currently where Fergus is living. When he came in, part of our standard procedure is to scan for a microchip. He had no microchip, he was not wearing any collar. And this will be a good time for me to mention, on Sunday, April 23rd, we'll actually be having a rabies vaccination clinic, but at the same time, we offer microchips. So between 11 and 2 p.m. on April 23rd, you can come here to the shelter and we'll microchip your animal for $15, which is a very reasonable price, and it gives you peace of mind knowing that your animal now has permanent identification if it ever slips out the door or it goes missing. So if you've always loved the classic brown tabby cat, Fergus is here waiting for his next home.